On a day that felt perfect for fishing, Parks and Rec officials in Ramsey County are sounding the alarm about the danger posed by lead fishing tackle. But this isn't some blanket warning. This is real, and Kent can explain.
Yeah, Jana, this warning concerns a very specific fishing location in Vadnais Heights because of the toll that tackle appears to be having on a very specific type of bird, trumpeter swans. And even though it's still very early, they are raising awareness now because it's not the first time they've tried.
Here, let me cast it out for you.
No, I will cast it out.
Here.
Vadnais Heights Sucker Lake Channel
There it is out there, see it?
wasn't exactly an angler's paradise today.
Daddy, I got one.
But for the uninitiated or those simply looking to bond,
Reel it in if you got one.
the conditions were perfect.
Beautiful day, spring break. Figured I'd bring the sun out to do a little fishing.
Perry Franklin says this is their first time trying the channel.
We see this place is usually packed with fishers, so figured we'd give it a shot.
You got one?
No?
And before activity really heats up,
It's pretty full in the summertime.
Ramsey County Parks and Rec is trying to make one thing clear.
She likes to do everything herself.
We've been trying to educate the public and partner with them on keeping lead out of this channel.
Parks Director Mark McCabe says the channel is a point of emphasis because while it attracts anglers in the summer, it's also long attracted trumpeter swans in the winter.
This is the area that I come to check regularly.
Don Tanner with the Vadnais Lake Area Water Management Organization talked to KARE 11 about the swans back in the winter of 2020 after the organization documented 11 of them dead near the channel in the year prior, with all of those tested showing signs consistent with lead poisoning.
We believe that they are picking up lead sinkers, and that's what's causing the lead poisoning.
Despite that warning, the numbers have continued to climb.
They documented 26 trumpeter swan deaths, which is a significant number.
Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't know.
Even if they didn't realize the scope of the problem, Perry and his son said the signs weren't hard to follow.
We don't use a whole lot of lead.
But others say don't expect many to use the nearby lead tackle drop box.
It's cheaper, much cheaper. Probably over half the price of aluminum. And aluminum doesn't sink as fast.
McCabe says the cost concerns were addressed through some lead-free exchanges offered here at the channel last summer.
We're handing out steel sinkers and steel jigs for people. I think things have been received positively. Haven't heard any complaints, but I think it's just really getting 100% compliance is pretty difficult. It just takes a minuscule amount of lead for a swan to be poisoned, unfortunately.
Which is why if things don't change soon, he says this fishing hotspot
There you go.
may have to move altogether.
Good job.
Really short of probably prohibiting fishing or having legislative action that prohibits the sale of lead tackle, it's going to be a difficult issue to solve.
You're good.
Now, speaking of legislation, as you just mentioned there, Massachusetts and New Hampshire do ban small lead fishing tackle. Legislators here have tried and failed to pass a similar ban in recent years. Groups opposing it point to economic concerns for anglers and for the state, which could see less demand for fishing licenses and more demand for enforcement. They also maintain that lead tackle hasn't led to larger bird population issues. But again, Ramsey County officials say this concentrated area sure does appear to be a different story. Jana.
And I don't know the breakdown. I admit I'm not an angler. Do the majority of people use these lead fishing tackle?
There's been some analysis, certainly, that like 80% of the really small sinkers and weights are lead. And one of the fishermen that I talked to today, Perry, said, frankly, it's hard to even know sometimes if you're fishing with lead or not because it's so prevalent.
Oh, that's too sad. All right. Thanks so much, Kent. We appreciate it.